Good morning, Unity North. How about a little round of applause for the great music today? It's great to see everybody in the room here. We're kind of small, but they're still dragging on in. Thank you all for being here on time. And I hope that those of you online can feel the warm connection of our heart and our spirit with you. In fact, make a little noise for everyone that's online. Let them know we love and appreciate them. So who's making their way home here? Who is on their way home to the infinite understanding that you are the presence of God here and now? Yes? All right, I want to ask you if you are so led to get up on your feet. We're going to walk each other home as we sing this song. We need a little clapping. Here we go. We walk the path of love and a path of grace. We walk the path of service and a path of faith. We walk the path of spirit, the path of Mother Earth. We walk the path of peace now and a path of rebirth. As we walk all these paths, we know we're not walking alone. With everybody in every place. Now sing it out, Unity. Everyone is walking home. Everyone is walking home. Everyone is walking home. Everyone is walking home. Everyone is walking. Good. Turn to your left or walk over to your left or your right and say welcome home to somebody. Introduce yourself and give them the gift of knowing you. I wish we could walk to those of you online, but we're going to walk spiritually to you. Welcome home. We're so grateful you've tuned in this morning. Or if you're going to watch us on Tuesday, Wednesday, we're glad that you've connected through the airwaves because God is not limited by time or space. We're just glad that you are here. Love and peace and joy and all that's good and holy to each and every one of you. There's somebody near you you don't know. Go over and say hi. And let's come on back now. Let's do this song from the top. Maybe a little bit stronger, a little bit more full. Let's put those lyrics back up on the screen. Here we go now. We walk the path of love path of grace. We walk the path of service and a path of faith. Come on, Unity, sing it like you mean it. We walk the path of spirit, the path of Mother Earth. We walk the path of peace now. Sing it out. You're in good voice today. Come on, everybody. As we walk all these paths, we know we're not walking alone. With everybody in every place now. Sing it out, Unity. Everyone is walking home. Everyone is walking home. Everyone is walking home. Here we go. Everyone is walking home. Give yourselves a round of applause. You sound wonderful. Please be seated. So this is the last Sunday in our month-long exploration of interfaith work and spirituality, and we saved the best for the last, I think. I have two friends up here on the platform with me that I am just delighted for you to know their heart, their spirit, their faith, and their tradition. Many of you know Preeti Bhatt from The Art of Living. Will you please just welcome her with a round of applause? And Jagjit Sidhu, I've been trying to get somebody from the Sikh community all month, and we got the right guy at the right time. He does this basically for a living. He's retired, but he's brilliant, and as brilliant as the lady to my right. Would you please welcome Jagjit Sidhu? And so we're going to enter into this space with three different prayers from three different traditions. I invite you to take a deep breath and get centered and focused and allow yourself to receive the truth that is found in all prayers.
Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May we move from the untruth to the truth, from darkness to light, and from the mortal to the immortal. May there be peace, peace, and peace.
ਤੂੰ ਠਾਕੁਰ ਤੁਮ ਪੈ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਜੀਉ ਪਿੰਡ ਸਭ ਤੇਰੀ ਰਾਸ ਤੁਮ ਮਾਤ ਪਿਤਾ ਹਮ ਬਾਰਿਕ ਤੇਰੇ ਤੁਮਰੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਮੈਂ ਸੁਖ ਕਨੇਰੇ कोई न जाने तुमरा अंत ऊंचे ते ऊंचा भगवंत सगल समग्री तुमरे सूत्र तारी तुम ते होए सो आज्ञाकारी तुमरी गत मित तुम ही जानी नानक दास सदा कुर्बानी तुमरी गत मित तुम ही जानी नानक दास सदा कुर्बानी. The translation: Lord, you are our master. To you I offer this prayer. This body and soul are all your property. You are our mother and father. We are your children. In your grace, there are so many joys. Lord, no one knows your limits. O highest of the high, most generous God, the whole creation is under your control. And we around you will and command. Lord, please give us wisdom and strength to serve our community and make the right decisions. Amen.
From one vibration comes a sound so magnificent it cannot be heard. From one seed springs a beauty so profound it transcends description. From one stone 1,000 ripples so vast they cannot be captured. From one thought, dreams so powerful they shake us to the bone. From one idea comes new realities so awe-inspiring that we are left speechless. From one stillness, an awareness so electric that we must take action. From one song, a melody so reverent we cannot help but sing. From one flame, a light so vibrant it blinds us to anything but its own radiance. From one cloud, a rain so cleansing it cannot be touched. From one whisper, a love so loud it cannot be contained in one heart. From one moment, a life that is changed forever. And from one dream, a goodness so powerful it cannot be stopped. God is that one. We are the sound, the seed, and the stone. God is that one, and we are the idea, the thought, and the stillness. God is that one. We are the song, the light, and the cloud. God is that one. We are the whisper, we are the heart, and we are the dream. And so it is, and so we let it be. Aho and amen.
Thank you. Those beautiful prayers to start off our service this morning. As we immerse ourselves in these beautiful faith traditions and find the oneness within, we invite anyone here that's here for the first time to find that oneness among us all, the oneness that we celebrate and we treasure here at Unity. We have our welcome team coming forward, and their job is literally to welcome you. It's right there in the name. They've got welcome packets in their hands, and those welcome packets have a Let's Connect card. Now you can fill that out with pen and paper, or you can scan the QR code and fill it out digitally. But either way, we want to get connected with you. We want to continue to celebrate that oneness and that unity among us all. So right now, we are getting our hands ready to show a little love to anyone who's here for the first time. So if it is your first time, please raise your hand nice and high. And Unity, we're going to share some love. We are all over the place this morning. What a beautiful sight. Please keep your hand up until we can get a welcome packet in your hands. What a wonderful Sunday to join us here at Unity North. And as you get that welcome packet, please note that downstairs there will be a welcome table after service, and you are more than welcome to join us there. We're going to share a little bit more love with you, and you can ask any questions that you might have about this beautiful place. And if it's your first time, you may be wondering who these beautiful people are seated all around our sanctuary. And they are our prayer chaplains on duty. They are holding us all in sacred space, whether we are here in person, whether you've tuned in online. They are holding us in the highest love and light. So know that you are seen and you are loved. And a special thanks to Vilma, to Virginia, to Beverly, to Mary, and to Michael for holding us in that sacred light. Thank you. So if it's your first time, you might not know that there's a very special time in service that's coming up. So Unity North, we got to let them know. What time is it? It's announcement time, and we get excited because there is so much happening in this community. Let's see what's happening today and happening soon. Today is that planned giving basics workshop that we've been talking about. I know trust and wills and all the things, but it's important for us to know. So 1 o'clock in the Peace Chapel. Also, Coffee and Connections is happening today. So maybe before you go downstairs, if it's your first time, that you'll stop in the office and have coffee and connect with Reverend Richard, then you can make your way downstairs.
We call Coffee and Connection Stump the Minister. It happens every week.
What do we say? We answer your questions and question your answers, something to that effect. So if it's your first time or first time-ish, please check us out on Coffee and Connections. The Healthy Living Group is also meeting at 1:30 this afternoon and happening soon. World Labyrinth Day celebration is happening next Saturday at 1 o'clock in the Labyrinth. So if you are Labyrinth lover or curious about Labyrinth, this is a beautiful time. So any of these announcements, you can find more on the app, you can find more on the website, but there's also something special happening soon. I'm going to toss that to Reverend Richard to talk about.
You know, we have some of the wisest guys on the planet in our men's group here at Unity North. That wisdom is pouring out of our men's group, and they're doing a retreat where you're going to get a chance to dip into the pool of that wisdom. They have put on an incredible all-day event this coming Saturday, and they wanted me to make a special invitation to those of you online. They will find a way for you to get here if you can get onto our property this Saturday. It's from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. You will not regret having made the decision to be there this weekend. It's only $35, and I've been to every men's retreat that we've done, and each one is equally better than the last, and it's a really fulfilling time. Bart Starr is going to be in the foyer. Bart's there in the back. Raise your hand, Bart. He's going to be in the back to answer any questions you have about it. But ladies, go ahead and sign your significant other up and get him rid of him for the weekend. But wait, it's going to be a wonderful time, and they will not regret having been there. So please sign up in the foyer after service today.
Thank you. And the very next day, we have Tama Keeves in the house. And so this is going to be a really exciting Sunday. We talk about spiritual seekers being welcome here. She's definitely a spiritual seeker, and you will get your bucket filled. So make sure next Sunday, second service, but also she will be doing a workshop after service and also coaching sessions after that. So make sure you go on the app. Make sure you go on the website so you don't miss out on that. Unity Basics is coming up, an amazing time to get to have fellowship with people in this community. Also, if you are interested in being a member of this vibrant community, this class is required for that. So it is offered on Zoom, only on Zoom, and so our friends that are online, we hope to see some of you there because you too are part of this community. So this is an opportunity to connect and become a member. So that is coming up in just a few weeks. And our next announcement is about our raffle. So we know how Unity folks are, like, oh, May 12th is so far away, but it's not that far away. It's May next week. So make sure that if you are interested in getting that, whether it's for yourselves or for a loved one you're going to share with family and friends, don't let that time slip away from you. It is coming up. And so we've got all the ministers on the floor today. So we've got Reverend Julie and friend that is coming up to make some special announcements.
We're back. See, I told you. If you were here a couple of weeks ago, we had some technical difficulties, but we have a video. So this is, she's practicing not being shy. So what is your name?
Lena.
What? And how old are you?
4.
4. And she's been coming here almost 2 years, I think, since she was a toddler. And her mom sent me a video a few weeks ago. This was an unplanned video. So it's a little grainy, but we don't want to stage it. This is just something that she did of her own accord. And it is the Prayer for Protection song that we sing every Sunday. And it just really touched our hearts that these principles are going home with these children and being used. And so, do you see yourself up there? All right, this is Miss Lena.
God
so being downstairs with the kids, we miss being up here, but maybe not as much as when we're down there we're taught more than we ever can teach them. So we are still looking for volunteers. If you want to come spend time with our precious children and get to witness things like that, you can just email me, julie@unitynorth.org. Once a month, once every 2 months, we would love to have you as part of our little family, right? She did her job. We got 2 words. All right, so the next thing I wanted to tell you about, we've got a photo montage that'll play, but community service is something that's really near and dear to my heart and to the leadership here. And so we had a service Saturday where we brought all of youth ed together, so all the classes, to do service projects. And we made blankets, fleece blankets for Safe Path. We did silverware wrapping, there's your fleece, silverware wrapping for Must Ministries, and the kids made cards for people who are having meals delivered to them. And so we're really excited. I want to thank the men of Unity for providing lunch and the women of Unity for coming and helping us. But we're just really excited. And there are parents that couldn't be there for this one. So watch the newsletter. We're probably going to do another one this summer to keep our community service reach going. And then finally, summer camp. So our first camp since COVID, actually, is June 10th to June 14th. Lena, you're signed up for camp, right? She signed up for camp. And so this is a way for, it's under the big top. So they're going to be learning spiritual principles in a fun circus environment. No clowns, I promise. No clowns, no animals, but they'll be doing daring feats of creativity and using science-backed neuropsychology on how to know with spiritual principle that their thoughts and words create their experience. We're doing an early bird. Lena signed up, and I think another family, but we need a commitment for us to be able to put this program on. We can't do it for just a few kids. So ages 4 to 11, if you go on the website, you can get, it's from 9 to 3, and you can do $25 off through, I don't know, maybe May 8th or 9th. There's a coupon code, and I think it's, what did I just say? Early bird. You put early bird in, you'll get $25 off. And then if you don't want to pay the whole amount, or if you're a multifamily, get in touch with me. You can also just put $50 down now, if that's a way to, so we have an idea of if we're going to be able to have the camp. So I encourage you to tell your friends. It's going to be a really fun week. All right, can you say bye?
Bye.
All right, let's give her another hand. It's hard to be in front of all these grown-ups, so you ready to go downstairs and play? Yeah.
All right, just send some energy. Stomp on the floor and send some energy to all the kids downstairs. And they can feel our love and feel our energy. And speaking of energy and stomping, there's nobody better to get the room stomping a little bit and to feed into the heart space than Tempe Red Hawk. Jeannie Bailey's going to do the signing with her, but just welcome your heart through our opening music.
Good morning. All right, let's breathe a little bit. Y'all seem a little... We're sitting around a big campfire together. Stars are coming out. Let your hair down. Beside the river beneath the swaying trees. Ooh, on the shore covered in autumn leaves. The wind blows the truth that I believe. We are one. We are one. At the heart of a willow lies a seed. northern lights that learned how to fly. We never even have to question why. We are one. We are one. Mother Earth, the giver of life. Oh, sun and moon above us, send your guiding light. Earth, air, water, and flame. Remind us we are one and the same. In years to come, like all the years before, waves will still wash up upon the shore. We're not just flesh and bone, we're so much more, we're so much more. We are one. We are one. Oh, Mother Earth, the giver of life. Oh, sun and moon above us, send your guiding light. Earth, air, water, and flame. Remind us we are one and the same. Beside the river, beneath the swaying trees, on a shore covered in autumn leaves. The wind blows the truth that I believe. I believe we are one. We are one. We are one. We are one.
Tempe Red Hawk. So what would life be like if every morning we woke up and we recognized that we are one, that we belong to each other, and we're all just walking each other home? That's what we do here at Unity. And it is important that we regularly build bridges of understanding. We knock down the walls that have divided us, and we build bridges of understanding. For this month, we have spent time hanging out with a Sufi, hanging out with someone from the Baha'i tradition, hanging out with those that follow the Himalayan traditions and those that follow African traditions. Last week, we got involved in remembering the foundation of the earth-based traditions. And today, I'm so thrilled and delighted to be able to dig into the hearts, the spirits, and the minds of my two friends here to the right. I've asked them to read a reading or a poem or a prayer from their faith tradition, and then I will also offer a song, and then we will get into the message where we'll get the basic tenets of our belief systems. I invite you to have the eyes and the ears and the heart to find the similarities. You know, this whole month we realize we call ourselves New Thought. We're not that new at all. It's old thought revisited through a different lens. We're all wearing a different pair of glasses, but it's the same truth that we're looking at. It's the same essence. And so I invite you to open up your heart for just a reading, a poem, and then a little song, and then we'll get into the message. Preeti Bhatt from The Art of Living.
Sure. So this is an excerpt from a talk that Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar gave on the eternal nature of life. Life is eternal. We never do give a thought to this truth. When someone dies, we declare the person is immortal, but the truth is we ourselves are immortal too. That is why we do not feel we've grown old, no matter how old a person is, he or she feels. They're never gonna die. If someone else dies, we say, oh, that poor fellow died, da-da-da. There is a stream of awareness within us that cannot be destroyed. To acknowledge and observe this stream is spirituality. I have not changed. I have not grown old. I'm just the same. This brings such courage and strength in life that nothing can shake you. Examining your life, observing it, is spirituality. What is the most important truth of life? There is an element within me that does not perish, that does not diminish, and is deathless. If you direct even the slightest attention to it, life becomes easy, uncomplicated. The second truth is everything changes. The body undergoes many changes, so does the mind, so do our thoughts. Knowing that everything is changing stabilizes you. When you are established in its truth, such a smile blossoms from within you that can never fade or be robbed away. If we change ourselves, we can change our environment, our society, and this world. How do we make this smile unshakable? How do we make our time on the planet meaningful? Being human, we all have certain needs, certain responsibilities. And if our needs are more than responsibilities, then there is some unhappiness in life. If our responsibilities are more than needs, life will be peaceful. Need to reduce our desires and take on more responsibility. And when in our life personal needs disappear, desires no longer exist, and extraordinary mystical abilities awaken within us that enables us to bless others. When we do not want anything for ourselves, we develop the strength to fulfill the desires of others. And that's the second step we have to climb. First, become aware of the desires. And whatever desires are left, have the confidence that by God's grace, they will be fulfilled. That next step is, I need nothing. When you need nothing, you will become so strong that whatever you say to anyone will become a blessing. If you bless anyone, it will manifest.
Thank you, Preeti. And now we'd like to hear from Jagjit Sidhu from the Sikh tradition.
Yeah, first I'm going to admit that I'm not as good a singer as you just heard before me. And the second thing, after I retired from Georgia Tech about 10 years ago, so I started to learn how to play this instrument. It's called harmonium. It's similar to the piano, has the same keys, but I pump it from here, the air, and then it plays from here. And the poem I'm going to read, I won't translate the whole thing, but I'll just start with just 2 lines. It says, I take pride in you. You are my only strength, Lord. You are my understanding, intellect, and knowledge. I know only what you cause me to know, Lord. तुझे ऊपर मेरा है माना, तुझे ऊपर मेरा है माना, तू है मेरा ताना राम, सुरत मत चतुराई तेरी, जाना राम, तू जाना राम, तुझे ऊपर मेरा है माना, सोई जाने सो पहचाने जाको नदर सिरंदे सोई जाने सोई पहचाने जाको नदर सिरंदे मनमुख भूली सौनी नाही हाथी माया फंदे मनमुख भूली बहुती राही फाथी माया फंदे फाथी माया फंदे फाथी माया फंदे तुझे ऊपर मेरा है माना तुझे ऊपर मेरा है माना तू है मेरा ताना राम सुरत मत चतुराई तेरी तू जाना है जाना राम तू जाना है जाना राम तू जाना है जाना राम वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.
And so, from ancient melodies to more contemporary unity melodies, this is the song that we started our series with, and it felt appropriate to put a bow on it with ending with this one. Millions of stars placed in the sky by one God. Millions on earth lift up their eyes to one God. So many children calling to God by many a different name. One Spirit, loving each the same. Many the ways all of us pray to one God. Many the paths winding their way to one God. Sisters and brothers, there were no strangers after God's work was done. For your God and my God are one God. Yes, children, your God and my God are one. So as I said, we're building bridges of understanding. We're knocking down the walls of Orthodox religion that have absolutely put them up and divided us. And if we're ever going to have peace on the planet, there has to be peace among our world religions. And so we are doing this month-long to introduce these various aspects of different religions that are taking our new thoughts and making them old. Or maybe we're taking their old thoughts and making them new. Whatever it is, it matters very little. It matters much more that we connect the dots and that we belong to each other regardless of how we look, we think, we feel, or our background. And so I've asked Preeti to introduce you to the art of living, a little bit of the principles of this movement.
Thank you, Richard. I was saying earlier this morning, I don't know what to say. Art of living is simply the art of living. It seems so simple, and yet it is so difficult. Right? So the art of living, I would call, is the philosophy of life that allows us to simplify our life. It has become so complex in the pursuit of making everything comfortable, convenient, faster, more efficient. somewhere we are moving away from the very goal that we think we're doing everything that we're doing every single moment of our life. We're running faster so that we can relax. Where is the time to relax? There is no time to relax because there's so much to do. There is always so much to do. So how can we get back to the basics? Because a disease-free body, a quiver-free breath, a stress-free mind, an inhibition-free intellect, an obsession-free memory, an ego that is all-inclusive, all-embracing, and a sorrow-free soul is the birthright of every human being. Yeah? So how can we empower each individual to get back to these basic rights of ours, to live life more smoothly, more graciously, more gracefully? So we bring in all kinds of tools and techniques that there are to get this mind to that state that it was born with. That energy, that love, that compassion, that contentment, that is within us, all these values. And it's no different from, unity principles. What we do is we add a touch of yogic wisdom, we add a touch of breath work, meditation. Breath is what can bring us to the here, to the now. At a physiological level, 80 to 90% of the toxins in the system can be released through the breath, and we explore the power of the breath using these powerful ancient breathing techniques to allow us to let go. As long as we hold our fist tight, there's only so much that we're able to hold. In fact, we're barely able to hold anything. But when we're able to release and let go, then the entire sky is in our palms. Yeah? So that's what the art of living is. How do we bring back that smile that is within us? Yes, there are a lot of things outside that seemingly bring us joy and happiness, right? All those comforts that we see, and there's absolutely nothing wrong about it. It's great to recognize, celebrate, and be grateful for all the blessings that we've been given in this world, and yet having the wisdom to come back. Because that source of joy, that source of contentment, peace, all of that is here within us. So no matter whether, is Tesla the in thing these days? Maybe, because you see so many of them around here in Atlanta all of a sudden, yeah? Whether we get the dream Tesla or not, isn't it? Can I still be content and joyful and still seek to achieve my goals and my ambitions and my desires in life? Can I make life an expression of joy and not get caught up in this trap of making it a pursuit of joy and happiness? So that, in a nutshell, is what I would say is Art of Living. The philosophy and the teachings of Art of Living are centered around.
Beautiful. Thank you. And one thing I know about all of our partners, all the people I've met from Art of Living, Preeti being, of course, at the top, these are not just words or ideas, they are lived. In her presence, everything she just said is lived, and it is felt, and it is known. And so, Jagjit, would you introduce us to the Sikh tradition? I feel a little bit funny asking people to encapsulate their entire faith tradition in 5 minutes or less, but I think that he can do it.
Yeah, before I do that, I want to have a little story on Art of Living. When they were here about 20, 25 years ago, not too many people, and they were holding these sessions for Art of Living, and I wasn't sure if I should go. I said, maybe it's some cult or something. Then I sent my wife for the... I said, Rani, why don't you go try it? And she came back and she said, there is something there. Yeah. So then I went, and I'm glad I did. Okay, about, first of all, it's some people even, Richard asked me, how do you pronounce? It's Sikh, S-I-K-H. It's not Sikh, it's Sikh. So the interesting thing is that the Sikh history and the United States history go pretty much in parallel. America was founded in 1492. Our first guru was born in 1469, so he was about 20, 25 years old when everything was happening here. Things were happening back in India also. And Guru Nanak, our first guru, he was born in a Hindu family. As he grew up, even when he was, from the stories I hear, when he was even like that little girl, 4 years old, who was singing that song, so he started to question some of the traditions in both the Hindu and the Muslim religion. And he was saying some of the things are not practical. And he was a very practical person, saying, okay, example will be people will be throwing water toward the sun, and they say, why are you doing that? Oh, we're sending it to our parents and grandparents who died. And he started to throw water towards his fields. And they said, how can the water reach there? He said, if the water can't reach to your ancestors, so he will go by example. He went to Mecca, and he was lying over there at night, and his feet were toward the holy side. And they said, you can't have your feet toward a holy side. And Guru Nanak said, then, okay, move my feet where there is not God. And so he was kind of a practical. He'll go and give the practical examples. And he did not sit home. He traveled miles and miles. He'll go to the holy places of the Hindus. He'll go to the holy places of Muslims. And then he will converse them, talk to them, and see why are you doing certain things. And that's how, so we have 10 gurus. After he passed down to, so our last guru, he left this earth in 1708. So in 250 years, we have the writings from gurus, and it's combined into a holy book. We call it Guru Granth Sahib. So when in our church, the center part, the whole attraction is about that holy scriptures. So we bow not to the holy book, but we bow to the knowledge in that holy book. And when the 10th Guru passed away, people asked him, what are we going to do now? And he said, this is your living Guru, in the sense, if you have any questions, go read, there is an answer in that. So that's what, and it's all written in poetic form, like what I sang is also from that. And so basically it started very like a passive religion, but in the middle, about the 6th Guru time, there were rulers in India. Now I'm not going to say it's against the religion, but the rulers were Muslim rulers, but they were not following the Muslim traditions. So they were converting the Hindus by force to Muslims. And then our gurus, even though didn't believe in either one, but they fought for the Hindus. They said if they want to convert on their own, there is no problem. But you cannot force people to convert from one religion to another. And actually one guru, they even, he lost his life for fighting for that. And then his son was the 10th Guru, and so we are combination of, it is the first time in the history people used to say, okay, if you are a holy person, you're supposed to be very passive. And there are people who are in the army, they are supposed to fight the wars. But the Sikhs, they are called Sant Sipahi. That means you can be a religious person, you can be a saint soldier. That is the definition of it. So if there is anything, even now in India or any place else, if there is anything wrong going on, the Sikhs will stand up and fight for it. If you even see in the Ukraine or whenever there is a tsunami, you would see the Sikhs are feeding the people over there. And that's part of our religion. In any Gurdwara, which is our temple, you can go anytime, you will be served food. At our Golden Temple in Amritsar, almost 100 to 200,000 people eat every day. And it's open to any religion. Doesn't have to be Sikh. Anybody can come. And that's why we have 4 doors at our temple, that it is open to all religions. And you would be surprised that it has, like even our temple here, we don't have a membership. We do not ask for donations, but we never run out of money. Whenever we need it, it comes. We started one in Roswell here. We were just 14, 15 families. We bought it. People have paid the mortgage. So it's a Sikh religion runs in a very different form. Now, again, like any religion, there are liberals and there are so that's true in any. So I'm kind of in the middle. So if you want to be really baptized, you are supposed to, okay, there are 5 things that we are supposed to keep. It's our hair, we never cut our hair. Then you are supposed to wear this bracelet. This is kind of what would Jesus say? Like if you have on your right hand side, it's a reminder, you're not going to do something wrong, right? And then we're supposed to have special underwear, and then supposed to carry a sword. And that sword is not for offense, it is for a defense. If you see something wrong going on, you are supposed to stand up. And it is one other biggest difference, I would say, with any religion is we do not believe in converting. If you want to, you are free. But if you are a Christian, be a good Christian. If you are a Muslim, be a good Muslim. If you are a Hindu, be a good Hindu. So we don't say that this is the only way. We say there are multiple ways, but whatever. If you are, like I'm a Sikh because I'm born in a family. But I think I'm happy where I am. We are 4 brothers. 2 of us wear turban. 2 when they came here in order to mix it maybe. And they did cut their hair. But America is, I came here 53 years ago. And I love this place because of the independence or the free thought that we have here. I'll tell you a story. One of my brother, he's a doctor. He came from India, and couple of months he felt he was looking for residency. He could not. He wasn't patient enough, so he cut his hair. He thought he's not getting residency because he's wearing a turban, and he goes in Texas, Galveston, for an interview. And when he walked in, the director said, "I was expecting somebody with a turban," because from his name, And we are, actually, another big thing about the Sikh religion, we don't have a caste system. And our gurus, yes, and our gurus, actually at that time there were castes in India. And they say, and you can recognize somebody's caste from his last name. So what Guru Gobind Singh, our 10th Guru, said, everybody is going to have the last name as Singh, which means a lion. And every female is going to have the last name as a Kaur, K-A-U-R, mean princess. So that way you cannot tell from where, what is your background. So is that enough time? Yeah, so thank you.
So what you're hearing, universally is what unity teaches, the oneness of all people, the equality of all people, and standing up for that which is not right. As pacifists, as peacemakers, we are not immune from putting ourselves in the line of fire. But I thought I would start with something funny about the unity movement to really give a clear picture of what unity is all about. A priest, a pagan, an atheist, a rabbi, and a unity minister are taking a hike together in the woods, and they come upon a burning bush consumed by fire. And when they hear a mysterious voice out of nowhere say, "I am that I am," the Christian immediately grabs a stone and prepares to take dictation. The pagan starts smudging and calling in the ancestors from the south. The atheist starts digging in the ground for the CD player and propane tank. The rabbi runs as fast as he can, exclaiming that the last time they listened to a burning bush, the Jews ended up lost for 40 years. The unity minister, he pulls out his marshmallows and he struggles with how to keep the fire burning long enough for the congregation to show up with graham crackers and chocolate. So I feel so relatively small as a unity minister compared to the depth of knowledge and spirituality of my colleagues. I'm going to really quickly just go through a review of the unity precepts. There is only one power, one presence, one good, one light, one song, one everything. There's not two, so unity takes the devil away. That's a human construct, a mental construct to try to understand why bad things happen, and basically means shirking responsibility. Two is a construct of the human ego. There is only one of us here. Say that with me. There is only one of us here. And it's easy to do here, but the reality is it's not so easy to walk the face of the earth and realize that there's only one of us everywhere. And our job is to find that face of God, and if we have missed it, we are the ones that have missed it. No matter the behavior, no matter the reality in the moment, we are the ones that have missed it. It's our job to look deeper. A second unity principle is if there is only one of us, there's only one presence and power, then guess what? This Christ that we have been told for so long is the great exception, is not the exception, but the great example, reminding us of who we are. You are holy, you are sacred, you are beautiful, you're magnificent. And so that spark of divinity exists in each and every one of us. And repeat that after me. The spark of divinity exists in me. And as that spark of divinity, that means we are created in the image and after the likeness of God. We are creative. How do we create? Our thoughts are creating our reality. What we are thinking is making heaven or hell on earth. What we are feeling is creating heaven or hell. What we are doing with our hands and our bodies is creating heaven or hell. So if you don't like what you're experiencing, change your thinking. Change your feeling, change your actions, and be a part of turning things around. It's the great fall from grace that we believed as a human race that there was God and anything else. And our job is to turn that boat around and get back to the Garden of Eden and say, I can clean up my stinking thinking. I can clean up the stinking feelings, and I can take a more loving, compassionate, kind action, and then I am part of returning to the Garden of Eden. How do we do that? Prayer and meditation. Now, I've got a master meditator here to my right, but Unity says we must absolutely be immersed in a regular practice of prayer and meditation. Preeti said first service, but many people think they can come to Sunday morning and then they'll be enlightened or something like that. If you come here on Sunday morning thinking that you're going to find enlightenment, I hate to let you down. This is about that much of the process of a regular daily practice of checking in with headquarters. soul quarters, spirit quarters, and recognizing the truth at a spiritual level, because all we talk about is spiritual, not human. Nothing is against you in this world. Oh, at the human level, it can feel that way. But our job is to get busy in the quiet place, the upper room, if you will, the higher consciousness, to develop our consciousness that sees God when nobody else can see it, that finds love and expresses love when nobody else can find it or see it. That's our job, and we do that through prayer, meditation, and the magic word of unity is silence. And silence is not the absence of sound. Silence is the awareness that, as Jesus taught us, the Father and I are one. And we say in unity, the Mother and I are one. We cannot be separate from that which we are. And then out of our prayers, get busy. We are responsible to making the world a better place. And so I'm going to ask my colleagues, based on that fifth principle, use your body, use your hands, give feet to your prayers, give feet to your meditations. Either one of you can answer, what does your faith tradition teach about service to the world and to humanity?
Well, in the Sikhism, that's the basic thing for us. It is how you service everybody. So you treat them equal, so then you don't see a difference. So if somebody is in trouble, you don't see, okay, he's not a Sikh, so I'm not going to. So I think we look that we are created by one God and we came from the same source. So it does not matter what your color is, what your religion is. We treat, when there is a need, our religion teaches us, you got to help. And that's, I think, from the childhood, that's what we are. And sometimes we get in trouble because we put our nose into something that needs some help. But some people will say, why did you get into helping somebody if there was a fight going on? Why? You say, well, I'm supposed to do it. So that's how we are brought up. Yeah.
When we're tight, stressed, we can barely be responsible for our own emotions, our own actions, and our own thoughts, let alone even the people living in our own home, household, community, neighborhood. But when we can fill our cup, we can experience that joy, that blessings and gratitude in our life, then a natural expression is to give. And that is what we believe. When we experience love, the form of expressing it outside is service, giving, so that we can make this world a better place for everyone else, for the next generations to come. And that is what service is to us. And I know Richard loves to say this always, we're a completely volunteer-based organization, one of the largest volunteer-based organizations in the world. So all our work is solely driven by inspiration. And everyone is giving, their time, effort, resources to give back.
So my next question is, we look at the world as we see it today, and it can be pretty dark. Anybody notice that? Dualism is living everywhere on the planet today. We have made wars, we've made enemies. And in the unity tradition, we like to carry Jesus' words a step further. He said, love your enemies. But we say you have no enemies. If you are living from the spiritual truth, you have no enemies. But I would love to know what your tradition does when looking at the darkness and the violence of the world. What does it teach about our responsibility to do something?
Well, practically, if something is happening somewhere else, if I can't help in the sense directly, then there is something that we believe everything that's happening here is in the will of God. So what is happening, let's say some turmoil, it's still happening in His will. So one way is, yes, you have to accept it, but if you can help monetarily, physically, you should do that. But again, it's very hard to decide which side you want to take, right? So if you are dividing that way, okay, I'm going to send money to this place. No. Generally, we help. If we are feeding somebody, it doesn't matter which side it is. So I think in Sikhism, what a lot of stuff is that you have to accept his will. And that to me is, yeah, if there is fighting going on in Middle East, fighting going on in Ukraine, it's in his will, but if he will put some sense into people's mind to get it resolved. So.
Unity would say that the sense has already been placed into our mind. We have to wake up to it. That we would draw a little different parallel. It's that God is a circle. There are no sides in the circle. Ours is to love and to love more readily. So, Preeti.
All I will say is, behind every culprit, there is a victim crying for help somewhere. They're just a victim of their circumstances, of ignorance, of just the way they've been educated to believe that their cause is the right cause. And to us, it does not seem right. Yes, and in the process, if someone's ending up hurting someone, what can we do to bring light, wisdom, and just shift that passion that they have for that cause into a passion that is more constructive, more positive? That's the only switch that needs to be turned around. Yeah? And that's the premise of our whole work. Enliven that light that is within us, that is right here inside of us. It's just been overshadowed with some clouds, some veils of ignorance and stresses and past experiences and impressions, and empower people to allow that to clear out. And when that clears out, when there's 100% light in a room, there is no room for darkness, because darkness is not a substance. It is just the absence of light. Right? So how can we focus on that aspect of education? Education for a better world, not just for ourselves, but for others around us.
Richard, I'll just add something that our 10th Guru, he said that if all the means to resolve a problem are exhausted, fighting for it is a pious. That if you see that something is really going wrong and you have used all the means to resolve it, and at the end, if you have to fight for it, you go for it.
So, Unities, I'm going to invite the band to come up. Unity would just say, if you want more love in the world, give more love away. You want more peace in the world, be more peaceful. We are contributing. We are, through the collective consciousness, adding with everything we're doing on the planet to the darkness or the light. Be more of that you want to see. And so we're going to move into a time of meditation. I know we're going to go a little long today, but I hope that this has been beneficial to you. We're going to do a little meditation, and the Unity meditation will simply be the song that I'm going to lead right now. And I'm going to invite you to sing these words. There is no you and me. There is only God that I can see. There is no us and them. As the lights begin to come down, I invite you to get to that place of oneness, to get to that place of peace and harmony and love you are born in and as, and allow yourself to be fully present to your job, to be the intercessory for that love to be on the planet. Together we sing. There is no you. There is no me. There's only God that I can see. There is no you. There is no me. There's only God that I can see. There is no us. There is no us. There is no them. There's only God. Amen. There is no us. There is no them. There's
keep the eyes closed. I'll do a chant. You can just feel the vibrations from it. Om Sarve Vai Sukhina Santu Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashit Dukkhama Bhave Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Satnam, Satnam, Satnam ji. Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru ji. Japo Satnam, Satnam, Satnam ji. Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru ji.
One power, one power, one power. There's one power that's invisible, yet we see it everywhere and every day. There's one power indescribable, yet we speak of it with every word we say. It's mysterious until we know the truth. It's as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Bahula, angels' wings or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul and it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth and Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. Sing with me. One power, one power, one power, one power. Sit in the silence of one power, of one light, of one love, of one God, of one us. As we bring a time of reflection to a close, picture our beautiful home, the one earth that we all share, all finding our way home. We are called to walk each other home, together, hand in hand, heart to heart, spirit to spirit. Let us draw hope from the words that have been shared today, that we will be the ones to do the right thing. We will be the peacemakers. We will be the bridge builders. We will be the healers. And we will be those that help those around us remember we belong to each other. Aho and amen.
And as we move into offering time, and we're reflecting on this service and reflecting on the divinity that shows up as Richard, that shows up as Preeti, that shows up as Jagjit, that shows up as every single one of us. And we let our light shine. And our ushers are coming forward with our baskets. And in those baskets, we can put our consistent giving cards. If it is your first time at Unity North, you can put those Let's Connect cards in these baskets. You can also turn them in at Coffee and Connections. But we are so thankful for the gifts that each and every one of you bring every time that you are in this beautiful place. You can also give online, scanning the QR code on the app. Lots of different ways to give, and we appreciate each and every gift. And together, in advance, we are going to bless our gifts by saying our offering blessing together. Please join us. I am so blessed. I am so prosperous. And it is my great pleasure to share of my blessings and to share of my prosperity. And in the giving, the entire world is blessed. Thank you, God. Please join us as we sing our offering song.
We'll just sing it one time together.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. You know, people ask us, why do we do this bridge building kind of thing, this interfaith work? It's because we must be unshakable in our resolve. Because the energies are going to rise up. Our commitment and our dedication to oneness, the energies will rise up. We must be unshakable in our commitment and our dedication. This song is called Unshakable.
Forgiveness waits for all in Ashram's garden, sacred place. Pilgrims journey toward the light. Love shines upon their face. Quietly she chants Om Shanti from a child's pose. Protect us from the things we can't control. Through the trees, the chants echo in the breeze. The universe unfolds, and all the secrets that it holds. Unshakable, we are one, seeking peace of mind, and all who seek shall find. On my knees, abiding faith, unshakable, unshakable. There you go. Down a winding path of endless mystery, say yes to the universe. It says yes to me. Love will conquer fear, and the truth shall be revealed. For those who we forgive, they will be healed. Through the trees, the chants echo in the breeze. The universe unfolds, and all the secrets that it holds. Unshakable, we are one. See
Happy Red Hawk. Beautiful. Thank you for staying a little late today. We got a closing song that is going to be our commitment to being unshakable. Reach out with your hands, your hearts, your spirits, and let's make a commitment to go forth as one, to be committed and dedicated to absolutely taking a stand where we need to take a stand, to being the brother and the sister of all people, no matter their belief system, no matter their religious path, but we make the commitment to absolutely connect and to stand together as one. Together we sing. You're my brother, you're my sister, so take me by the hand. Together we will work until peace comes. There's no time and defeat us. Lyrics in hand, as long as there is love, we will stand. You got one more of those. Now that you've heard it, I want you to sing it to the whole world. Send it to every square inch of this beautiful planet, to all people, as we join our voices as one and raise our hands together. You're my brother, you're my sister, so take me by the hand. Together we will work until peace comes. There's no power can defeat us when we're walking hand in hand. As long as there is love, we will stand. Last line. As long as there is love, we will stand. Go put yourself in the middle of the world and be the love that we know you to be. Thanks so much for being here today. Make a little noise for our two guests and their wonderful hearts and spirits. They would love to answer any questions you might have in the foyer. Thanks so much for being here today. We'll see you next week with Tammy Keys.